Tell me about yourself. Hello, my name is Ernest Holland. I am currently a freshman at Temple University and a former student at Academy at Palumbo High School in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. Now I come to you to tell you that I am a perfect fit for this position because I have the qualities of a leader. And I say that because I was a former captain of my all sports teams that I've participated in high school. And I say this because I inflict intellectual stimulation to help my teammates and encourage them to be better than what they are and to motivate them to become better using inspirational motivation to show them that I was once in their position and that they can be better than what they are now while just pushing and using their mind and using dedication and using their courage to be the best that they can be. I use serving leadership because I put my teammates before myself, not only myself, but also my coaches and my school to show that I'm hardworking and willing to do whatever it takes to become the best that I can be to my ability. And I say this upon you because I'm showing you and I'm telling you and I will show you that I'm able to run a business and be that top dog that you can depend on to be myself and trust while you're not there. And that's who I am, really. Tell me about a significant accomplishment in your life. A significant accomplishment that I've acquired in my lifetime was when I competed in the PJW tournament, which stands for Pennsylvania Junior Wrestling, which is one of the biggest tournaments in the state of Pennsylvania for grade school wrestlers. Now, when I competed, this was my first time and I was all new to the experience and to the wrestling experience and everything. So when I got to the stage, I knew I had to work harder. I know I had to compete harder than the others. So there were 3 tournaments you had to go to: sectionals, districts, and regionals before you got to the state tournament. Now, fortunately, I passed the sectional and the district tournaments with flying colors, and I got to the regional tournament. It was a tough tournament. I got second place, but fortunately also that I was able to make it to states because top 3 make it to states. And I was so pumped and hyped up, and I was so happy and so proud. But I knew that it didn't stop there, because I knew I wanted to place and I wanted to make it to the top of this podium of this state tournament. Because that's what I was there for. That was my goal. That was what I was driving for. And I got to the state tournament. I won my first match, and I was happy. And unfortunately, I lost my second match. Me being frustrated, I threw my headgear, and I stormed off the mat because I was very angry of how I performed, because I was not only mad at my mind, because I let my mind take over the match, because I was so angry that I didn't focus on what I was doing, but more so on that I was losing, that I gave up and said to myself that I wasn't going to win. But then my third match came and I ended up winning, and I ended up winning my fourth match too. But unfortunately, I ended up losing the next match, which brought me down a ranking to wrestle for 7th place. And I kept wrestling. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best place, but the fact that I was pushing myself, having self-actualization, knowing that it's not just for me, it's for my family. I'm putting on for my family and my coaches and my team, because I was the first wrestler ever to wrestle for my grade school in the state tournament, and knowing that it's a bigger picture than what it really was. And I kept wrestling hard, kept doing my thing, kept pushing myself to my fullest capability, and I eventually placed 7th in the tournament with my hard work and dedication, and keep on pushing myself to the last gear, basically. And it just shows that I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to push. I'm willing to give it my all and give it my blood, sweat, and tears to make myself proud and make my peers around me proud, to encourage self-motivation to my teammates to want to push themselves to be in my position of where I was, and to show them that they can be where I was because I was where they was in the past. And that is a big significant accomplishment in my life. Tell about something that you have learned in the class. Something that I've learned in the class is to be a very good communicator, to have very well communication, to show that you're engaged in conversation, to show that you want to listen and you want to hear the person that's talking to you, to ask questions, to listen completely to what the other person is saying rather than cutting them off, to not text while talking to them, to not multitask, because that's showing that you're not focused on what the person is saying. That's showing that the person that you're talking to, you're not really focused to. Like, to show that a person that doesn't really care is the person that wouldn't talk to the person that's at the lower rank of the job that you're trying to attend. For example, the janitor, or more so the maintenance peer or person, to not show respect to them because them people are putting in more hard work and putting in their all into the job, just like you are when you want to fulfill the position. I also learned that in the Wall Street Journal, about the Wall Street Journal, and that there's a lot of cool articles inside of the Wall Street Journal. Like this one article about the future of sports and interactive, and how interactive and immersive and intense, how they want to make the future sports channels be interactive with the person to make it seem like they're on the stage of in the game, and be interactive with the game, have technology and develop technology for the person to grab and to touch everything that's happening on the field and zoom in and do all of that within one sitting of watching a game, which is awesome, because and then pretty cool, because more sports fans will be driven. Even sports fans that doesn't even watch sports like that will be more attracted because it's more interactive, and people like interactive stuff. Some people don't, but a lot of people do, to do hands-on things, which I think is very cool and very, very awesome and very intellective. And I just feel like when the channel interacts with the people, that it's like you're talking to another peer. It's like you're right there in front of them, which is very good and very cool and very awesome. And thanks all to the Wall Street Journal and to my teacher, Mr. Petrucci. It's just, I don't know what I would do without it. This is where I get all my information from, and it's just one of the best sites that you can keep up with the latest data and latest news in America. And that's some things that I've learned about in this class.